To do a great job, you need the right tools and the right training. Northwest College can train you for a new healthcare career, like surgical tech, in less time than you think. You'll get hands-on experience working with the same tools and technology you'll use in the field. And because Northwest College is dedicated to making career training affordable, it's easy to get trained and launch your new career. Explore your options at nw.edu. Northwest College. Healthcare careers start here.
What do you got there, Larry?
Time machine?
You gonna go back and see how the pyramids were built or something?
Nope. Ellen and I want to go on vacation, so I'm going to go back to last week and buy a winning lottery ticket.
Should I come?
Only room for one.
How am I getting home?
Sitting on my lap like last time, Ronald.
Fine, but I'm bringing this.
All right.
Or you could try one of these savings options.
The right money moves aren't as far-fetched as you think.
There it is. See? Told you it was going to all work out. Thanks, future me.
Señor Ramírez, ¿cómo está?
¿Hay alguna opción más económica para mi nueva receta de Medicare?
Medicare. Pero si para eso de 45. Claro que sí.
Obtén ayuda con tu receta de Medicare en tu vecindario.
Make some money if you've been here before.
All right, you guys, welcome to this live. Welcome to this live. Now, before we get started, man, I got some questions that I need to ask because there's a lot of people saying that Diddy has something to do with the California wildfires. So I'm gonna roll this clip, you guys. Wait till some of you guys, time in. There's a lot of going on. A lot of people saying this, a lot of people saying Diddy has something to do with the wildfires, and he was getting ready, giving evidence before, his trial gets set. So you guys, I'm gonna roll the clip. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Share this video. We're gonna get started.
I was at one of P. Diddy's free calls. Like they on drugs.
Did you see?
Before I get started, you guys, Diddy had a wild life, man. A wild childhood, man. His mom was, a drug queen in Brooklyn, man. I don't know if you guys understand about Diddy's life growing up, man. He grew up without a father, man. Mama had to raise him. Mama was a drug kingpin, and I'm gonna say this, fam. Growing up as a child, man, you grow up with, drugs, the freak offs, alcohol, there's a lot of things surfing right now in Diddy's life and his childhood. So, Diddy is blaming his mother for his failure. But I want to say, man, sometimes in life, man, when you don't have a pops that's in your life, man, sometimes you have to make decisions on your own. Diddy had a good education, went to college for things, but, he had a fast life. Like I said, man, his mom was one of the kingpins, one of the top, drug dealers in Brooklyn. I'm gonna roll the clip, but when you ain't got no father, man, because it takes a father to raise a son, man. So I'm gonna roll this clip, you guys, because there's a lot of going on with Diddy involved, that people saying that he's involved in this California wildfire, man. I think it's bogus, but a lot of people saying that he was making calls from the jail and said burn the pizza. I don't know, you guys, if this is true or not, but a lot of people say it makes sense because it will get rid of a lot of evidence during his trial. So I'm gonna roll this clip, man. And you guys like the video, share the video. Let's get this thing started.
people engaging in sex where there were multiple people?
Oh yeah, I'm seeing like different celebrities. It was a rapper that we all know.
If you gonna fuck with the best, drink with the best. That's it.
You said that there were other powerful people you allege were involved in some of these assaults. Are we talking about celebrities, politicians, business people?
I think all the above.
The more victims who come forward, the better. There is strength in numbers.
We have seen video of one of these freak-offs, and it is porn. Straight up porn, directed by Diddy.
I'm hearing about artists paying victims to keep their name out of it.
Is that going on now?
Yes. They want to talk to me. They feel like they can trust me.
Are these high-profile people calling you because they've had some affiliation with Diddy that they don't want to come out?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. And I don't even know why I just said it, but I said it, so what? Now they gotta be mad. Come get me, fuck it.
The indictment alleged some of Combs' employees helped set off so-called freak-offs in which women were forced into sex acts with male prostitutes.
The indictment also alleges that during these freak-offs, Combs distributed a variety of controlled substances to the victims, in part to keep the victims obedient and compliant.
He allegedly made videos of these sexual performances that have been named freak-offs.
I'm still on my superstar shit though, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely feeling like a superstar.
My name is Tania Wallace. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I was at one of, I believe to be one of P. Diddy's freak-offs. 2018, I went to this freak-off. I was looking for someone to invest in me. So long story short, I knew a friend who knew a prince, and he said, I think you would, like this guy. He knows a lot of celebrities. He has connections. I ended up getting flew out to Miami. He's like, oh, just to let you guys know, we're going to P. Diddy's house. We're going Star Island.
You guys, you can't make this up. Diddy had a wild life, man. His mama was a drug dealer. It's alcohol in the home. His mama, had these freak offs. So Diddy had a wild life in his childhood, man. He had a good education, but he didn't have no father figure. And this is why he made these rational decisions, man. Just like Jay-Z. Jay-Z was a drug dealer in Brooklyn, New York. So both of them two had a, hard knock life, man. So I'm going to play this footage, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. Share the video, man. Let's get this video going. Hit the like button. Let's get this thing rolling.
I'm like, okay. We get there. When we were walking through a door, the security patted us down, and then they put my phone in a bubble. Only thing I can do is as we mingled around, it was a photo booth, a Team Love photo booth. I got in that photo booth, so I have pictures of that. I'm looking around, people walking around naked, people screaming. It's house music too, so that's another thing. It's trying to distract us. Boom, 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 like really in our ear, like a rave or something. And I'm like, what the? But I'm just looking at everybody walking around. I'm like, everybody look like they on drugs or faded. Mind you, it's about 7 o'clock in the morning, so it seems like it's been going already. People are eating breakfast, naked, skinny dipping in the pool, drinking mimosas or whatever. But it was just so strange because I see, titties, I see everything just flopping around, just people just free. So I'm just like, okay. So then P. Diddy comes. So he asks me like, are you enjoying my house? And I said, yeah. But the way he came up on me, it scared me like.
Now, you got to remember, y'all, how did Diddy get all this from, man? Where did Diddy get all this from, man? You got to remember, his mama was a kingpin. Mama was a drug dealer. Mama had freak off. Mama had alcohol. Diddy pick all this up from his mama. You grow up to be an alcoholic, the son grow up to be alcoholic. You know what I mean? Grow up to be a drug head. Diddy grow up to be a drug head. All this from his childhood he picked up with no father figure. Just think about it, fam. Just think about it.
He creeped up out of nowhere and then look at me dead in my eyes like, are you enjoying my house?
Together, guys?
Now, mind you, he was dating who he was dating. We all know.
He was dating Cassie.
He was dating her. And so she came over and I'm thinking like, this is y'all stuff. Like, she's only coming over here because her man is over here in my face. I'm a woman. I know how it is. Like, she probably just checking his temperature and my temperature. Like, who are you? So she started to like rub on his shoulders and he just flung her off and pushed her. And I'm looking like, and she just walked away. So I'm kind of like enjoying the music. And then he's like, so why haven't you went inside? I'm like, oh, I'm going to go inside. He's like, yeah, you need to go inside now. I'm like, okay, you know, just shine him off. So I waited for him to walk away. As he walked away, I told my friend, like, let me just go in the house and see what's going on. Like, I'll be back, girl. So I went in the house. And that's when things, you know, got kind of crazy. People over here doing something, people over here fucking, people over here doing something else, smoke.
Diddy picked up this behavior by his mama. Remember, his mama was a drug dealer. Mama had freak off. Mama had drugs in the house. Mama had alcohol. Mama had, you know what I mean, the drug dealers. You got to remember, you guys, all this started from his childhood, man. You can't make this up, man. Once a child was a child and he seen all this stuff and he thought this was appropriate. This is the way of life I want to live. This is the life that I want to choose. Diddy followed after his mama. His mama brought him into the game. You know, right in Brooklyn. You know, there was drug dealers, man, and Diddy followed the role of his mama. Why you think he continued on his mama legacy? Come on, you can't make this stuff up, fam. This is why Diddy's in enough trouble as he is today. Let's roll this footage, man.
Getting doing drugs, and then I seen this corner.
I just want to make sure I understand. So there are people doing drugs, there are people having sex.
And I'm seeing like different celebrities. It was a rapper that we all know. I'm not gonna say his name, but he came and was like, hey you, and got the feeling on me. I didn't think of it as nothing because I'm gonna tell you something in a minute. But I didn't think of it as nothing because I'm like, everybody is just high. But feeling all on me and like holding on me or whatever, and I'm like, move.
Fuck everybody. You know? Sometimes you have to say fuck everybody. It's all right.
I'm sorry.
Now you gotta think about it. Was Diddy ever molested? Would he, you know what I mean? Would he getting his, you know, getting his dick sucked at a young age by older women? Y'all can't make this up, man. You know what I mean? Like, what was really going on through his childhood, man? Was Diddy actually molested as a child, man? You gotta remember, man, his mama had these freak off parties, man.
Look at everybody. It's all right.
I'm sorry for being graphic here, but I think it's relevant given what Diddy is facing right now. Did you see people engaging in sex where there were multiple people in a cluster?
Oh, yeah.
And did you happen to notice, were all of the participants that you saw engaged in sex, did they seem lucid to you, conscious, aware?
They seemed like they were intoxicated or high off something.
So this is 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, and that's what tripped me out because they had been going already before we came. I thought that's just how the people with money do it, or I don't know.
I live an extravagant life and I make no apologies for it. I'm free as a motherfucker.
You see what he said? He lived a extravagant life. His mama had put him on this, man. Gotta remember, man, when you ain't got no daddy around, man, This is a wild life you're going to choose to live, man. So now Diddy is pointing a finger at his mama, man, for his downfall, man. I want you guys to comment below. Do you think Diddy had some kind of insight on the wildfire in California? I've been hearing that too. I've been hearing that Diddy had something to do with the California wildfires. Comment below, man, if you feel that Diddy had something to do with the wildfires in California. Let's get this thing rolling, y'all.
I come out, he's screaming, I'm king of the world, I'm this and that.
This is Diddy.
Yeah, this is Diddy, but I expect this from him. You know, he's doing that, jumping all around. He had a couch out there, outside in the backyard. And he's sitting back, and he's got his legs open, and you know.
He's masturbating.
Yeah, basically. So that we could look.
Ballpark, how many people were at this party?
Over 100 people. It was like a house party that was packed. That's why you couldn't really see nothing unless you walk up on and kind of be nosy and be like, what's going on over there? What's going on over there?
You said you saw celebrities there. Roughly how many people that you recognized?
3 or 4.
And you said one was a rapper. Were they all in music?
Yeah.
And all famous?
Yeah.
And all participating?
Oh, yeah. This rapper, what I am going to say is I'm used to seeing them dress a different type of way at this party. 2 earrings on, and I'm looking like, he sure do look different when he's over here with Diddy.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for all those in London,
I'm going to say this, right? You can't get higher up. You know what I mean? You can't get higher up unless you go back and do these rituals. See, they know that Diddy's higher up, man. You can't get higher up in this industry unless you do these kind of gay rituals, man. You can't make this up. You can't get higher up if you don't do these rituals, man. You gotta go to a higher power. And Diddy was the higher power in the industry at this time, man.
that don't know what happens to the white man when he comes to a P. Diddy party. This is what happens to the white man. When they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to him. I put him to sleep.
I'm Ray J. I'm an entertainer. I'm host of the new show, The Reality Check News. And I'm a friend of Diddy's. And if you ain't got love for me, or if you don't want to work for the big homie, then don't.
You see that? You see what he's saying there. Peep the play. I want you guys to peep the play for a second. If you don't have love for Diddy, you don't have love for Diddy, you don't have love for me. Ray J, Diddy went up. Diddy had his share with Ray J. You know what I mean? I'm going to let that be known, man. You can't get higher up. This is the boss right here. Diddy, you can't get higher up till you go to this man right here on the screen. You can't make this up, fam. You can't make this stuff up, fam. Diddy, he like brown-skinned man. Notice Ray J is a brown-skinned man, man. You can't make this crap up, man. I need you guys share the like. I got 3 people on. Let's get this thing going. I need you guys share, like this channel, man. And let this channel grow, man. But you can't make this stuff up, man.
Tony, even if you don't have love was 2 minutes.
You were very close to Diddy. You have known him for a long, long time. And to be blunt, if Diddy was throwing these freak-offs, I would think that he would think of you. You were in a sex tape that may have been the biggest sex tape ever and made a lot of waves back then.
The sex tape of Kim and her former boyfriend, hip-hop singer Ray J, surfaced. The tape propelled Kim to fame and gave the world an inside look at the family dynamics.
Have you been to these freak-offs ever?
I've never freaked off. I've never been to any freak-off with any of my friends. Because I'm like...
He denying the allegations, man. You can't get higher up till you get to the one higher man, man. You can't make this up, man. He says now Ray J's coming out saying he never been to Diddy's freak off, man. He never been to the freak off, man. You can't make this up, man. They got tape. They got the feds got 700 tapes. They got these tapes flowing. You guys, you can't make this up, fam. They got 700 tapes flowing. The feds got. Not only that, they got co-conspirators. So I won't be surprised if, you know what I mean, Ray J names is on the list. I won't be surprised. Let's roll this clip, you guys. Get this
freaking off in front of people. That's just not my thing. I'm not gonna be in an orgy because I don't like orgies. I don't like fucking in front of my friends. I don't like fucking females with my other homies in the room. I've never had that kind of energy to be fucking with other people in the room unless it was me and a bunch of women. That's different. And this is neither here nor there. Because now this is TMI. But what I'm saying is I don't go to freak offs because I don't freak off like that. Now, I can't say other people I don't know are freaks. Were they at the freak offs? I hope not. I hope not.
I like that.
Ray, why do you think you didn't get an invite given how public the sex tape was?
That's a very freaky question, Harvey. I don't know. Never got the invite. So, is this shit really real? Are these freak offs really real? Because now I'm starting to think this shit fake. Now I'm starting to think all this shit fabricated.
Here we go.
I'm Stevie J, Grammy Award-winning music producer and reality star, and I'm Diddy's friend and brother.
Got the fire! Got the fire! The feds are making a big part of their case these freak-offs. And you can look at the freak-offs in a couple of different ways. If it's an orgy, there's nothing illegal about having an orgy. And that people do it all over the country, all over the world. And there's nothing illegal about it. It becomes problematic if somebody is in there where there isn't consent, perhaps because they're drugged or they're drunk or whatever. But orgies themselves are not illegal. Have you ever talked to him about freak-offs, been at freak-offs, heard about freak-offs over the years?
To be honest, everybody knows me as a ladies' man, huh? And for me, I do my own thing. I wouldn't label it freak-offs. I let Puff handle his business in his bedroom, and I handle mine. I've never been to any of these alleged freak-offs. And what you asked me about being consensual, me, I've never seen my man's had to take anything. I don't know what's going to come out because I wasn't in the bedroom. But any woman that was around him when I saw him, they wanted to be there. But like I said, I'm not the type of guy that stays for the after party. But for me, I do my own thing with my women, and he does his own thing with his.
Stevie, it's so interesting. I've interviewed a number of people who have been in Diddy's world, his orbit, and everybody has said the same thing to me, which is essentially they don't know about these freak-offs, yet they were after parties at big events sometimes.
Check it out, we here. This is like a little after-hours joint. This we do at Bad Fun. We just left the party. It's like 6 in the morning. We got the 4 plates, the rock and lemonade.
And yet, everybody is saying, I don't know anything about it. I'm having a hard time reconciling.
You know, the sad thing is everybody's trying to deny about the freak off. Everybody went to Diddy's freak off, man. Ain't no party like a Diddy's party, man. And I won't be surprised if the feds and that Buzzy will show all the co-conspirators, man. You can't make this crap up. Every last one of celebrities, NFL, basketball, you name it, was at these freak off, man. You can't make this crap up, man. Now they want to deny it. Now I'm looking at it, found that Diddy has something to do with the California wildfires, man, to get rid of evidence, man. I don't know, fam, but that's going on. There's a couple of YouTubers right now saying that Diddy has something to do from the inside of the wildfires, man. Now I find it so strange when he's saying burn the pizza, right? Burn the pizza, right? Burn the pizza, right?
Filing that.
Well, if you do your due diligence on me, I don't really go to parties. I've only been to maybe one of.
You see that? You see this man right here? Diddy like brown skinned niggas, man. Diddy had him. Diddy had him, man. This is one of Diddy's bodyguards, man. He's saying that I only went to one of Diddy's freak off, man. He's a damn lie, man. He went to many of these freak off. You can't make this crap up, man.
Puffy parties, and that was like 98. With my then pregnant baby moms and her pregnant girlfriend. You know, I don't attend the parties. I just do my thing and go home. I do my work in the studio, I do my work on television, and I go home and I have my fun. I'm with my children. So, you know, I don't stick around for that. I never witnessed that, Harv, and this is 1,000% true. I never been to none of those parties, man.
Look, caught this dude in a bold-faced lie. He said he's saying now he's been to one, right? He's seen something that he was so thrilled. And now he want to deny these allegations that I ain't never been to these freak off. But he just said that he been to one freak off of Diddy's party. He seen something that was this, that was this insane, that blew his mind. You know why? Because Diddy got a hold of him, man. Diddy like these brown skinned niggas, man. We're gonna keep it real, man. We're gonna keep this thing real.
I just do my thing and go home. I do my work in the studio, I do my work on television, and I go home and I have my fun. I'm with my children. So, you know, I don't stick around for that. I never witnessed that, Harv, and this is 1,000% true. I never been to none of those parties, man.
And I ain't gonna lie, I live a good life. I work hard and I play hard.
My name is Charles Lactibaudiere. I am the executive producer at TMZ. For the government's indictment of Diddy, they define freak-offs as his sexual encounters, sometimes with multiple people, but oftentimes it's just 3 people. Diddy.
Here's my thing. We're not going to just blame this man that was responsible for the freak off, man. He threw a party, man. He's the host. Ain't no party like a Diddy's party, man. And at the Global Golden Awards, they said we're gonna miss these parties. Ain't no after party like a Diddy's party, man. You can't make this crap up, man. Diddy threw the wild parties in Hollywood, man. He is the party, man. He is the party, man. Y'all can't make this up, man. Ain't no party like a Diddy's party.
A woman and a sex worker. We have actually spoken to a male sex worker who says that he engaged in these freak-offs multiple times over almost 2 years with Diddy and another woman. He said that this happened in LA, in Miami, in New York, always in hotels, but the first time was in Los Angeles. Now, this sex worker actually has video of one of their encounters. I have seen this video, and it is porn. Straight up porn, directed by Diddy.
Señor Ramírez, ¿cómo está?
¿Hay alguna opción más económica para mi nueva receta de Medicare?
Medicare. Pero si parece de 45. Claro que sí. Obtén ayuda con tu receta de Medicare en tu vecindario.
Can a personal loan unlock your ambitions? Oh yeah. Consolidate bad debt and save money for your next goal. Take a swing at your kitchen rental. Meant that literally. Or design your actual dream wedding. All your ambitions, all in one app. SoFi Personal Loans. Low fixed rates. Borrow up to $100K. No fees required. Go to SoFi.com to view your rate. SoFi. Get your money right.
Prescriptions, co-pays, lab tests. Even with insurance, healthcare can cost thousands every year. But not for me, because I'm enrolled in VA Healthcare. My service was there. My benefits are now. Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Porn directed by Diddy. So he walks into the hotel room, the woman greets him in lingerie, makes him sign an NDA, and then Diddy comes into the room. The initial meeting, he said, she starts out doing some dancing, very slow, very sensual, and he and Diddy are watching. Everybody's naked at this point, watching her dance. And then at some point, she begins performing oral sex on the sex worker. Diddy is watching, covered in baby oil. The sex worker said that what he observed was Diddy masturbating oftentimes while he was having sex with the woman. Now, on one particular occasion, Diddy accidentally picked up the sex worker's phone by mistake to record the exchange, which at that point was really just the worker and the woman having sex. At no point do you see Diddy having sex in this, but you do see him step into frame several times.
As alleged, Combs used coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines.
Sources connected to this case tell us this sex worker actually did meet with the federal prosecutors. He also produced this video, and he has turned over that video to the feds.
You see what I'm saying? The feds got the videos, fam. They got the videos, fam. You can't make this up. They got the videos, fam. They got, see what y'all don't know, Tony Buzzy, he got the tapes. He got the co-conspirators. Diddy's in trouble, man. He's in trouble, man. Jay-Z's next. What Jay-Z gonna have to do, he gonna have to testify to save himself. Jay-Z will have to eventually testify. And Beyonce is breaking away from Jay-Z, man. It's getting ugly, you guys. In other words, it's getting ugly.
To date, the video has not led to any charges against Diddy. Diddy's lawyer tells us any intimate or sexual conduct involving Mr. Combs and the two others in the video, including the activities depicted in the video, was completely consensual and lawful.
Whoa.
These freak-offs are part of a cavalcade of lawsuits and allegations that are just mounting by the day. And this started with just a couple of accusers, and now the floodgates have opened.
Our law firms have been retained by 120 individuals at this point to pursue cases in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs. I'm Tony Busby, a lawyer in Houston, representing victims suing Sean Combs. There's a very clear MO here, and it involves almost.
I got 5 people on, 4 people on, man. Smash that like button, man. I need y'all to smash that like button. Let's get a couple likes on here, man. You know what I mean? Before we get started, man. Let's get a couple likes on here, man. Let's get a couple likes on here, man. By the way, man, I've been hearing a lot of people saying, I've been watching a couple of YouTubers saying that Diddy has something to do with the wildfires from the inside, man. I don't know how true this is, fam, but they saying Diddy has something to do with these California wildfires to get rid of evidence, y'all. But I don't know how true this is, though. You know what I mean? I don't know how true. There have been over 70 celebrities, house been burnt. You know, I find it so strange doing that go to, wars after mocking God. Days later, Hollywood burned down. So, I don't know, fam, but Diddy was saying burn the pizza. What do that indicates? I don't know, but a lot of people saying Diddy had something to do with, with the California wildfires from the inside. I don't know, but let's get this going, y'all.
Every time some sort of substance is placed into someone's drink, and that's kind of the reoccurring theme, no matter if it's a white party, an after party, an album release party, whether it's an after concert party, whether it's a party at a club that continues in a hotel, it's that same MO. Many who did in fact seek medical treatment were drug tested, and drugs were found in their system, weird drugs. One in particular that continues to pop up is known as a horse tranquilizer. Some of these cases, Harvey, are so egregious and the allegations are so outrageous. I've been doing this a long, long time. I'm almost 30 years doing this. I'm
going to say this like this, fam. Thank you guys for tuning in, but Diddy had a rough childhood, man. You know what I mean? His mama was a drug dealer in Brooklyn, man. And he had a lot of drug dealers around. Mom was giving freak off. There was drugs, alcohol, you name it. Girls, lesbian, gays, homosexuals. You can't make this up, fam. Diddy had a wild life growing up, man. He didn't have a good life, man. He didn't have, when you don't have a father present in your life, man, you don't have that father feeder. You're gonna have a rough life growing up, man. You need a father in your life, man. So Diddy didn't have a good life growing up, man. And then now all of a sudden he got himself into all this trouble. He blames his mama for his downfall. Because when you don't have a father figure in your household, this is why, you grow up have to make decisions for yourself. And I want to say this because it's important to say this. I'm starting to think with Diddy growing up as a child, where he molested. I don't know, fam. But one thing I do know, that Diddy life wasn't great. You thought that by him getting an education, having having a good high school degree and having some college under his belt, you think that he was going to have a good life growing up. You think that he was a good kid growing up. But like I said, man, you don't have a father, present. You have to make these kind of rational decisions, man.
All kinds of cases, and I thought I'd heard most of it all. Some of the allegations that have been made are just, they're just outrageous. I'm still standing taller than I ever been.
I'm Lisa Bloom. I'm a victim's rights attorney. I represent Dawn Richard in her federal lawsuit against Sean Combs and a number of other people.
In the lawsuit, Dawn Richard, who was also a member of the group Dandy Kane, accuses Diddy of terrorizing and sexually abusing her.
Lisa, I want to read what you are alleging against Diddy in this federal lawsuit. You are alleging gender-motivated violence, sexual assault, forced labor, sex trafficking, assault, battery, sexual battery, false imprisonment, intentional infliction of emotional distress, sexual harassment, gender discrimination, hostile work environment, retaliation, copyright infringement, violation of the right of publicity, breach of contract, breach of implied covenant of good faith, fair dealing, and fraud. You pretty much are thrown in the kitchen sink here. Can you broadly describe what Dawn says she endured over the years of interacting with Diddy?
Sure, and it's true. We have a lot of legal claims against Sean Combs and many others that turned out to be strikingly similar to what the government alleged a week after our complaint was filed and the government's criminal case.
Unfortunately, during the time that she worked with Sean Combs, she alleges there were a series of incidents of sexual harassment, sexual assault, false imprisonment, including locking her in places where she couldn't get out, a lot of threats of violence, and she witnessed, she said.
I'm gonna say like this, fam. It's not looking good for Diddy, man. None of this stuff was consensual. You know, some of these women was forced. Some of these women was abuse, sexual abuse. You know, someone was promised careers for the music, and it turns out, you know what I mean, where, you know, there was passed around, man. You know, I want to say, man, like I said, man, go back from his childhood, man. When you don't have a father figure, you know what I mean, you're gonna have a rough life, man. You're gonna have to make these rational decisions. You have a rough life, man. And now Diddy is pointing a finger at his mom. He blamed his mom for his failure, man. Let's get these likes to go up, you guys. You know what I mean? I got 1 like, you know what I mean, for you guys here. Let's get these likes to go up, though.
Mr. Combs engaging in acts of violence against other people, including Cassie Ventura, who had her own lawsuit, and we've all seen that horrific video of Sean Combs attacking her.
So Mr. Combs is shocked and disappointed by this lawsuit and the attempt to rewrite history. Don Richard has now manufactured a series of false claims, of all in the hope of trying to get a payday conveniently, and timed it to coincide with her album release after press tour. Diddy attorney says.
God really got me up out of this because it was about to go down. I know what I seen, and I know the demonic energy when I see it. Even P. Diddy's eye. He is a charmer, that's what he is. But it's still some type of dark something, because when I was talking to him, it was like I couldn't really look him fully in his eyes, because it's like trying to hypnotize you, like trying to make you do something, like a manipulator.
You held a news conference saying that you're representing 120 people who were allegedly abused by Diddy. 120 and counting. That is a staggering number.
Yep. I had the same reaction, which is, how can this possibly be that there are this many people who were impacted, victimized by one individual?
Okay, I'm about to push pause. I got 8 people on. I got 1 like, man. Let's get a couple likes. Let's get a couple likes in, man. Now, I want to say, what you guys feel about the rumors y'all hearing? I've been watching a couple of YouTubers about this Diddy situation, about these wildfires, man. I'm hearing that Diddy, you know what I mean, has something to do with the inside of the wildfires, you guys. Is this true? I need you guys comment below. How y'all feel? What's y'all take, man? Do you think Diddy has something to do with the wildfires, man, to get rid of evidence? Because you know, I mean, his trials, you know what I mean, is coming up. So do you think that Diddy has something to do with this inside job with the California wildfires? A lot of people think that Diddy has something to do with it, to get rid of evidence. I don't know, fam. I don't know how true it is, fam. But if you really look at it, they got the co-conspirators. Buzzy got over 120 witnesses on this case. So it wouldn't make sense that Diddy has something to do with the inside of the wildfires in California. It wouldn't make sense because he's going down anyway. So it won't make sense.
But when you start looking at it, and the conduct, at least from this client group, ranges from 1991 all the way to 2024. And when you look at that in the context of many, many different parties and club visits and concerts, then you can start to understand how that could possibly be this many people.
How do you fact check something that might be 20 or 30 years old?
Very difficult. What we always say in the plaintiff's law business is the plaintiff is the case. So you look like, what do you do for a living? What have you done over your lifetime? Questions like that. And then you start wanting corroboration. Who can put you at that point in time there? Do you have plain receipts? Do you have other witnesses? Tell me exactly where you were, who was there. You know, it's basically just doing the same thing in a very nice way. Obviously, I'm not cross-examining these folks and being mean about it. But on the other hand, I want to make sure that I believe them. And like I say, I've been around for a long time, and I'm typically a skeptical person. But typically, if I believe them and they have some corroboration, and I put it in context of what I know was actually going on, that's how we have to do it, and that's how it is in every case.
Who's the boss? Dudes is lost. Don't take cause I'm right.
For the first time, we are hearing about victims who say they were minors when they were allegedly assaulted by the music star. The youngest allegedly just 9 years old.
An unnamed woman alleges Combs and two other men, including a former longtime president of Combs' record label, gang raped her in a New York recording studio 20 years ago when she was just...
Wow, that's this case that him and Jay-Z involved in. You know, it's going to get to a point, fam, that Jay-Z going to have to testify because he ain't going to go down with Diddy. He don't want to have no parts of these freak off, man. It's going to get to that point. And Beyonce is breaking away from Jay-Z. Rumors saying that the two have fled. You know what I mean? Because this thing is getting deeper than what you think it is. I say it again, this thing is getting deeper than what you guys think it is.
17 and a junior in high school.
I look to the right of me, and in the corner, I'm looking like, are those midgets? Because people were it's people over them, like it's people trying to hide what they're doing. They're all huddled up. So I'm like, what is that? But no, they weren't. They were little people. And, you know, I don't want to say too much. They were little people. So.
All right, I got 20 people in, man. I need to get about 5, 6, 7 likes on here. 20 people already here. Let's get these likes to go up, man. Let's get these likes to go up. Let's bring in the YouTube algorithm. Let's get these likes to go up. I got 19 people in here. Let's get these likes to go up.
Use your common sense. Dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies. Red lipstick, looking like real sexy. You know, revealing like cute. So I'm like, what the hell?
What were the little people doing?
Getting covered up. Trying to cover up what they were doing. Just... I don't know, like being admired, being hid, something. But it's like, what are they doing here? Because this is a grown party.
Are you talking about adults who are little people, or are you talking about minors?
Am I gonna get in trouble? I don't want to say I witnessed any of that crazy stuff, but we all have common sense. Little people. It's not supposed to be there.
Wow. This gonna be the prosecution witness right here you looking at, man. Man. There's more people, you know what I mean, it's getting involved, man. It's getting ugly by the minute, man. This can ruin Diddy's life, man. You got new witnesses on this case, man. Buzzy got over 120 witnesses, and I won't be surprised if it continue to grow. I won't be surprised.
You're talking about underage people.
It's a shame.
She don't even want to say. She just says it's a shame they had underage people. See, there's a lot of kids. You know what I mean? I told y'all, cause I've been to, you know what I mean? I've been to Hollywood and I've seen these parts. There's a lot of underage kids that been underneath the basement, man. That been trapped, man. That been promised careers, man. And she don't want to say, man. She don't want to say, man. But it's true. It's true, y'all. It's true. You can't make this up. It's true.
Were they involved in any of this, or were they just by themselves?
They were surrounded around adults, so who knows what was going on, but the question is, what are they doing there? So had I been participating, I would have known. And I feel like I participated enough by being there, because had I took a drink, I just know how this goes.
Houston Attorney Tony Busby announced that among the large group of people he represents, 25 were minors at the time of the alleged criminal activity.
I kind of look at these cases in two different buckets, if you will. One bucket is kind of the party bucket, where there's drugs involved and people are flown in and taken advantage of and sometimes kept longer than they anticipated. But then there's another bucket of people that I think is probably, you know, the allegations are much more egregious, if that's possible, where younger people trying to break into the business are coerced, forced in some cases to do things they would never do. In some cases, minors, the allegations of parents and the former minors themselves of things that they were coerced to do to try to get a record deal.
You're talking about performing oral sex. I know you've alleged that on Diddy.
That's true. Correct.
One complaint describes an alleged incident between a then 16-year-old and the music mogul at one of his infamous white parties in the Hamptons back in 1998.
Have those minors spoken with the feds? Because I haven't heard that from the feds yet, that these cases involve people underage.
Some have not. As you can imagine, there's some of these folks that were minors at the time, and they're now, of course, adults with spouses and children. And, you know, we're talking about conduct in some cases at 15 to 20 years old. And some are very reluctant to have their name in the public sphere.
So the feds have been in touch with people who were minors who, at the time, who alleged they were sexually abused by Diddy.
I believe so, yes. This is based on the allegations made by a large group of people, many of which are very consistent. A lot of the minors involved were, in fact...
I'm going to say something to you, fam. Got 20 people here to share the, you know what I mean, share the live, hit the like button. I just feel that Diddy had a fucked up, you know, childhood, man. I think he might have been molested, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, you know, he had a mother that, you know what I mean, that was one of the Brooklyn's finest queens. Mother had to be in hole. You know what I mean? Excuse my French. Mother had to be in hole, man. You know what I mean? Mother was a drug dealer. You know what I mean? You had drug dealers. Like I said, you had homosexuals. You had lesbians. You had, man, you had the whole nine. And I think this, you know what I mean, this is going to hunt him for the rest of his life, man, because you don't have no father role. You don't have no father figure. You don't have no father to discipline you. You know, it's sad that it had to come down to this, man. Now, a lot of you guys, you know what I mean, watch a lot of YouTube. And I know you guys been hearing that Diddy has something to do with these California wildfires. And the reason why I'm getting back on this, because a lot of people think that's the only reason that he can probably get rid of a lot of evidence, man. You know, there's a total of probably 15 deaths or 16 deaths already. The number went up a little bit, you know, so fam, I don't know. But we can just be doing is speculating right now. But like I said, I've been watching a couple of YouTubers, and they said that maybe Diddy has something to do with the inside job. You know what I mean? Regarding California wildfires. I don't know how true this is. We can just you know what I mean, do is speculate at this point.
Young men. And I know that a few of these young men have in fact spoken to the authorities. Now I can't confirm that any of the formerly minor females have. But again, I'm encouraging all of them to do so. I think it's more cathartic to let your story be heard. Let's air this all out.
It's the playoffs. He always jokes in January.
Nah, bro. He's blowing out.
That offense in the snow? No chance. That defense is trash. My guy will smoke them.
Did you not see him reverse hurdle a dude this year?
It's the playoffs.
You should put that on Friday.
Just pick more or less on a few players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Available in 30 plus states, including California and Texas. Prize Picks, run your game.
I graduated from Southern New Hampshire University. I always said I would go back to school when I had time. I went on our website, I spoke to an admissions counselor. We applied right then and there.
That's when the journey really begins.
Going through the program, having the support that I had really helped me understand what I can accomplish.
And I learned this just by taking classes at night while working a full-time job.
The resources at SNHU were incredible.
I think if I was back at the beginning, I would choose SNHU all over again.
I want it out.
I'm a stress snacker. I like a little friendly competition.
Yeah, friendly.
I'm getting married. Again.
My granddaughter calls it my revenge box.
Because the first class is free. Every reason is the right reason to Orange Theory. Book your free class today.
Stitch Fix is so convenient. Anyone can have a stylist.
The ease of use and the time you save, not having to go from store to store.
You go through the style quiz. What is your fit? What's your style?
It's upon you to decide how much you're spending.
The interactions you have with a stylist is phenomenal.
I work, I'm a dad, I'm on a budget.
Got my first package. The fit was fitting. There's no subscription. If I look good, I feel good. And Stitch Fix does that for me.
Stitch Fix, online personal styling for everyone.
My name's Jamie Martin. I've been working with Toyota for 23 years. The biggest advantage of taking your car to a dealership, you've got factory trained technicians working on your car. Independent shops will use an aftermarket source part. That part could fit different makes and models. With Toyota, it's the part for that vehicle. Toyota's dedication to customer satisfaction is huge.
I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So, and we're gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
Crazy.
You see that? We're gonna go full. He said we're gonna go full, but crazy. He been having his way with Justin Bieber, man. You know, it's sad, man, because I think Bieber is going to tell on Diddy at some point. He's gonna reveal, you know what I mean, his story, man. You know what I mean? Usher is too. And if Jimmy, you know what I mean, Jimmy Fox, you know, understand, it's over. It's pretty much over for Diddy, man. It's pretty much over for Diddy, man. Because it's going to get to a point, now that you see Hollywood is burned down and these people lost their homes, what do these people got to lose now, man? These people lost their homes, man. They ain't got nowhere to see. Hollywood ain't Hollywood no more, man. So they ain't got nothing to lose now. So I think it's going to be more people to come forward, man. Now, if Diddy was involved in the wildfires in California, I feel sorry for him, man. If he, you know what I mean, did this inside job and wasn't, you know what I mean, and was involved in the California wildfires, man. Look, man. However you look at things, you know what I mean. However you look at it, right? If he had to roll the dice in trial, he's in trouble anyway, man. These people lost their homes, man. They got a story to tell now. They got a story to tell now.
The idea that a 16-year-old Justin Bieber was hanging around with Big Brother Puff in the house. Look, I mean, maybe it's unfair, but it seems like this speaks to what we've been hearing and seeing with Usher and others.
Well, Usher is the big one. That Usher was 13 years old when he stayed with Diddy and said that he saw things a 13-year-old never should have seen.
It was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle. Right. And I saw it.
I got 2 likes. I got 20 people here. I got 23 people here. I need you guys smash that like button, man. I need you guys smash that like button, man. I know you guys don't want to, you know what I mean, hit that like button for me, man. But for me, man, please smash that like button, man, because it's going down, man. It's going down. All these people is going to tell it, man. You gotta think about it, fam. A lot of these people's house is burned down. They can't go back to their homes, man. You know, and it's time to reveal this shocking stories, man. It's pretty much over for Diddy, man. And Jay-Z, he gonna have to save himself. Beyonce, she gonna have to save herself. And if this gonna continue, you know what I mean, go on. This don't stop a case, you know what I mean, just because of what happened over there in Hollywood. This don't stop a case. This don't slow the case down. This don't get rid of evidence. To me, is this gonna make the people tell their story?
But I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
And my name is Justin Latofsky, and I was at a Diddy white party when I was 6 years old.
Who invited you? How did you end up going?
My parents, they got invited. They get invited to those things to cover as press. We fed you, we gave you some drinks, and that's time to enjoy life. This is a celebration of life. And they always bring me to the daytime events. We thought it was going to be a normal event where I'd go meet some friends that were my age, and it was not. So. I personally remember the topless women. It was about an hour and a half or 2 hours into the event.
I need you guys to smash this like button, man. I got 2 likes, man. I got 20 people here. Y'all don't like justice. You know what I mean? Y'all like for this man to get free, man. And I'm bringing all the news to you guys, man. I'm telling you guys that Tony Buzzy got over 120 co-conspirators, man. And I've been visiting a lot of people YouTubes, and I've been seeing people saying free Diddy for what, man? Because he involved with a lot of, you know what I mean, sex trafficking regarding children and all that. I'm against that, y'all. I'm against that, man. But I'll need y'all to smash that like button, though. I'm gonna need y'all to smash that like button for me, though. That's what I'm saying. I got 26 people in the building, man. And only got 2 likes, man. So that, you know what that tells me? That tells me we live in a sick, perverted world, man. Because these kind of people want to be like free Diddy, man. That's what that tells me, man. That's what that tells me, man. 25 people here, and I ain't got nobody smashing like button. See, and nobody want to smash the like button because people take a joy of this, man. People take a joy of this. See, Hollywood was burned down because the people mock God. But I've been, you know what I mean? I've been watching I've been supporting a lot of people YouTubes, and I've been, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And I've been like thinking about what really happened in California regarding these wildfires, right? And all we can do is speculate. A lot of people said Diddy has something to do with the California wildfires. right? But I'm not accusing Diddy, man. You know what I mean? We can't accuse this one man, man. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not saying Diddy, you know what I mean, is the only one guilty, man. There's more people guilty. There's more people came to these freak off, man. We're not going to sit here and say that this one man is guilty of all this, man. There's a lot of people, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people came to these parties, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people love going to these parties. Ain't no party like a Diddy's party. Even at the, you know what I mean? Even at the Global, you know what I mean, rewards, there's a lot of people saying that we're going to miss Diddy's parties. We're going to miss Diddy's parties. Because a lot of people know that this man throws the best parties in Hollywood, man. You can't make this stuff up. But I need y'all to smash that like button for me, though.
Where people started getting comfortable and getting into the pool, and that's when like the weed was out, the hookah was out, like that sort of vibe. I had never been to a Hamptons party where that was ever the vibe. Like there's of course adults having their adult beverages, but never weed smoke and topless women. I've never been to anything like that in my life.
You say that the party turned once it got dark. So
look. Before I get started, yeah, I went. You know what I mean? I went to these Hollywood parties. I know what these parties about. I was advised. Someone told me at 1:30 you don't want to be here, man. This is why I know about the Hollywood parties, man. Someone told me about 1:30 you don't want to be here, man. I went to these Hollywood parties, man. I got to see it firsthand, man. That's why I know what I know, man. You know what I mean? That's why I know what I know, man. You know what I mean? These parties is drugs. You know what I mean? They got servants to drug, you know what I mean? To drug the drinks up. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, ain't no party like a Diddy's party. You're right. Ain't no party like a Diddy's party. Diddy throw the best parties in LA, man. But did I want to stay in there after 1:30, 2 o'clock to 8 in the morning? No. I'm out. I'm gone. I'm only going to be there temporarily. I'm not going to be there all the way 8 in the morning. When someone told me, man, look, man, you might want to get out of here about 1:30, 2 o'clock, man. It's going down. Yeah.
Topless women, marijuana, what else?
When it started getting darker and darker, my parents moved us to the other side of the house where that stuff wasn't happening, but where the actual house was and where the pool was, there was a lot of weed smoke, and it's what seemed like rappers and like nightlife, sort of club life happening when it really started going.
Look, I'm going to tell you, man, when I went to these parties, man, I brought my own weed. I brought my own drinks because I know all this stuff is laced in these parties, man. It's laced, man. You know what I mean? Because they give you a drug, you're going to be butt ass naked, man. And you get into one room, you get into another room, you see some strange shit, and you close that door, you open another door, then there's some strange shit going on. There's a lot of man, you know what I mean, grinding up on another man. Then there's a lot of negotiation going on too at these parties, man. You guys don't think that when you go to LA that you got to have all this education. Nah, man, you don't have to have no kind of education to get into the industry, man. I'm telling you guys from what I know. I went to the LA Film School. And when I went for a semester, I was invited to go to these film festivals. You had to go to these film festivals to meet the elite, to meet these other celebrities and all that, right? And then you get invited to these parties, man. Nah, you just gotta, you know what I mean? You just gotta network, man. It takes networking to get on into the industry, man. You know what I mean? I'm telling you guys some real shit, man. Can't make this kind of stuff up, man. You know what I mean? You think the game had an education? You think some of these people had education like Jim Carrey and them, Eddie Murphy, Jim Carrey? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He's going homeless. He need an acting job. You know what I mean? You can't make this stuff up, man. You know what I mean? They go right back to the drawing board, man. Can't make it up. Hollywood ain't Hollywood no more. I'm gonna say it just like that. Hollywood ain't Hollywood no more. The reason why I'm telling you guys this, Hollywood ain't Hollywood. It ain't gonna be Hollywood for a long time.
we moved to another location. We stayed at the event until about 8:30, and then we moved.
I got 39 people though, and I got 3 likes. I got 41 people on, and I got 3 likes, man. Smash that like button, man. Smash that like button, because I'm telling you guys some real shit what goes on in Hollywood. That's why Hollywood ain't Hollywood no more. The moment, and you know what? The sad thing, you guys, I was invited to the Golden Reward. I got an invite. I swear my right hand to God, I got invited to the Golden, you know what I mean, rewards. And I know there was mainly white people in there, man. It probably was like a 3% black people. I wasn't going because you can't partake in that, man. Once I know that they was mocking God, and then days later, Hollywood's burned down. You got over 70 celebrity people houses burned down, man. Paris Hilton, a lot of people houses burned down, man. You know what I mean? That's behind them mocking God, man. And I was invited to go to the Golden Awards. Man, I told myself no. I told myself no, doubt I'm not going. Because a man reap what he sows, man. And in Job, in chapter 38, it says, brace yourself like a man. What was you when I create the heavens and earth? See, these people, I find it strange that they mock God who had power over these pledges, man. They mocked God. They was rebellious, and they totally went against God. They totally went against him. And now Hollywood ain't Hollywood no more. I won't be surprised, and I don't wish this, but I won't be surprised that they've been talking about the Big John earthquake. I won't be surprised, man. I won't be surprised.
Is there anything that strikes you today, looking back at maybe something that didn't even occur to you at the time you were there?
Looking back at it, I do believe that I myself am not.
Right. She was joking how God got 0 mentions during the night and called them godless, man. And then you see what happened, man. You see what happened, man. Hollywood ain't Hollywood no more, man. Now, a lot of people saying that Diddy has something to do with the wildfire. Now they bringing Diddy involved. That Diddy has something to do with the wildfire to destroy the evidence, man. Look, man, I'm gonna say it like this. Tony Buzzy got 120 people. He already got co-conspirator in this case, man. So, however people try, we can speculate all we want, man. We can speculate all we want, man. What happened, man. That was God's rapture, man. You had 100 miles per hour hurricane winds, man. 0 containment. Come on, man. You can't make this up, man. At some point, man, these people had to repent, man. They had all this time, man. God is a merciful God, and they totally went against God. They totally went against God, man. It's sad now people feel that we should have sympathy over there in Hollywood because these people mock God. And then days later, you've seen over 70 celebrities' houses burned down, man.
A big deal or a victim of anything that Diddy did, but I think that the fact that I was there and I wasn't kicked out is very alarming for me now.
We have to expand our minds to take in the horrors of people who do things like this. And hundreds of people come forward. There is definitely strength in numbers, and we see that as a very positive sign.
Tell us how your life is what you make it, man.
There are a number of people, mostly women, who have been coming forward. You've heard of the Busby law firm. They say they have 120 people. They've gotten thousands of phone calls since their news con.
Look, I'm gonna say it like this, fam. He said, "Life is how you make it," right? See. However you made your bed, you gotta lay in it, man. Diddy is getting the blues inside the jail, man. He's crying for help, man. If he can start this thing right back over, man, he would think again. He would think again, because he's getting the blues in there, man. He's getting the blues in there, man. All that money he had, he offered the court $50 million, his house, all this collateral. But you know what? At the end of the day, the judge don't want that. They want a conviction, man. They don't want that today from him. They want a conviction. That's what they want. They want a conviction. They don't care about that. You know that this is going to be the biggest case that they're going to deal with? One of the biggest RICO case that they're going to deal with, man. They don't want that 50 million in the house collateral. They don't want that stuff, man. They want a conviction.
And so what do you think about that? That all these people are coming forward now and saying that they were victims?
Well, if you think about the money grab with that, that's easy. It's almost like one of those infomercials where they say something about mesothelioma or something like that. And if you've been affected by this, call this number. There's $3 billion available to pay you. For people who really went through that, yes, call the number. But there's also a ding, 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 and all of the scammers out there that's feeling like, okay, maybe we can eat too.
The number of people who say they were abused by Sean Combs has exploded since several news conferences where lawyers were soliciting other victims. And in one case, I think it was 12,000 people called the hotline. Does that actually complicate things for real victims? Because clearly there are a lot of people who are just jumping on that gravy train.
The more victims who come forward, the better, as far as I'm concerned. There is strength in numbers. It is true that every single person who comes forward may not have a claim, but I think the vast majority of them do. This is, in my opinion, a criminal organization with a lot of enablers.
I'm going to say this, man. I'm going to say this to you guys. A mama can't raise a man, man. It takes a daddy to raise a man, man. And when your daddy ain't around, man, and it takes a mama have to raise you, man. See, his mama was a drug dealer from Brooklyn, man. And like I said, mama had all these freak out parties, man. In Brooklyn, yes. She had from lesbians, homosexuals, you name it. Alcohol, drugs. This is why Diddy is where he is today, man. You know what I mean? This is why he is where he is today, man. You know what I mean? This what got him, you know what I mean, where he at today, man. You know what I mean? And now the sad thing is he's pointing a finger at his mom, you know what I mean, downfall, man. You know what I mean? He's blaming his mama for his downfall, man. He's pointing a finger at his mama for his downfall. You know? Because it takes a daddy to raise you, man. You know? But I thought Diddy was gonna have a good life, man. He had a good education growing up, man. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, you know what I mean? When you don't have a daddy present, you know what I mean? You got to make all these rash decisions, man. And especially when you had a mama, the way his mama was, you know what I mean? A drug dealer, you know what I mean? Respectable, you know what I mean? Had all these drug dealers in her home. Like I said, she threw the best freak off parties, and you had alcohol. Like I said, you had the gays, lesbian, homosexual, you name it. This is why Diddy is where he at today, man. This is why. Yeah, he know it was wrong. He knew better. And I guarantee if he can start all over again, he will hit that reset button, man. Because like I said, man, right now in prison, it's the wrong place to be, man. And those people give him the blues, man. He can die in prison, y'all. With all the allegation that's against him, he can die in prison, man. And I don't wish that on a man. I don't wish that, man. I don't want to get on here and tell you guys I wish that for Diddy, man. You know what I mean? Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know what I mean, it's just not Diddy is involved in these freak offs. You got a lot of these people that's involved, man. We can't sit here and accuse one man, man. I'm not going to sit here and accuse this one man, man. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that because everybody that was at these parties was involved in these freak offs, man. We're not going to sit here and do that.
That went on for many, many years. And I think there are a lot of victims, hundreds, perhaps thousands. Another woman is alleging she was drugged and raped by Sean Diddy Combs. The violent sexual assault was recorded.
I agree, bro. I agree 100%. Facts. The culture will make you do this, man. The industry will make you do this, man. He was bribed into it, man. You know what I mean? Because like I said, at the end of the day, there's different levels to this, man. You know what I mean? And Diddy was a boss, man. He was a boss in his music. He was a boss of what he do, man. Like I said, before he came in the industry, there was levels into it, man. There was someone higher than him, man. There's levels into this stuff, man. You can't get higher up without doing these rituals, man. You want to be a gangster? Okay. Go murder somebody. You want to be a homosexual? Let's go on and do these homosexual activities. You can't make this stuff up, man. Like I said, when you get into the industry, there's levels into this.
And shown to others, the music mogul is facing 5 new civil lawsuits, including one from a woman who alleges she was raped by Combs when she was 19 years old.
Sean Diddy Combs is facing a new rash of civil lawsuits alleging sexual assault.
What?
I earned my degree online at Southern New Hampshire University.
It's possible to raise a family, to pursue other things, and still further your education.
And you can do it too, from all over the country. I live in Massachusetts.
I live in Texas.
I live in California.
I live in Pennsylvania.
I'm from Florida. I'm from Virginia.
In North Carolina and St. Louis.
I'm from Tennessee.
And I'm from Georgia.
Regardless of where you live across the country, earn your degree at SNHU.
Visit snhu.edu. If you're looking for an Airbnb you'll love, just look for an Airbnb other guests have loved.
It was awesome.
Sticky.
Introducing Guest Favorites, the most loved homes on Airbnb.
What's the coolest job in the world? Mine. Because it's the one I really wanted. And I trained for it at Northwest College.
Start training for a new career in healthcare at Northwest College. Northwest College offers flexible short-term career training for medical assisting, medical billing, pharmacy tech, nursing, and more.
My career, my way. Thanks, Northwest College.
New classes are forming now. Learn how easy it is to get started at nw.edu.
I remember just driving down the freeway, I think it was the 5, and not even in the market for a new vehicle at the time. It just kind of looked like a mini 4Runner to me. It ended up getting me in the dealership. My name is Daniel Garcia, and I drive a Toyota RAV4.
And right now, you can get a low monthly lease on an adventurous new Toyota RAV4. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Señor Ramírez, ¿cómo está?
¿Hay alguna opción más económica para mi nueva receta de Medicare?
Medicare. Pero si para eso de 45. Claro que sí.
Obtén ayuda con tu receta de Medicare en tu vecindario.
It's the playoffs. He always jokes in January. Nah, bro. He's balling out.
That offense in the snow? No chance. That defense is trash. My guy will smoke them.
Did you not see him reverse hurdle a dude this year?
It's the playoffs.
You should put that on prize.
Just pick more or less on a few plays for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Available in 30 plus states, including California and Texas. Prize Picks, run your game.
What? What's your reaction to all of these people, mostly women, coming forward and saying they were sexually abused or abused in other ways by Diddy?
Well, my reaction is I don't really have one because I'm waiting for my guy to get his day in court, and we'll see where the truth lies. I'm processing it as like, yo, it's a media crucifixion, man. They're crucifying the guy in the media right now. We don't know what's true and what's not true.
Following his arrest in September and arraignment for a sex trafficking and racketeering case, Combs remains behind bars at a Brooklyn detention center.
Let's just say something. Now, just for for Pete's sake, all of these allegations and all of this stuff that's going on, all the things that they say he did or didn't do. Let's just say, when all is said and done, and he goes through this trial, he's exonerated. We don't know. I don't know. You don't know. We don't know.
In response to these latest allegations, Combs' legal team says the barrage of filings were clear attempts to garner publicity, adding, in court, the truth will prevail. Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted anyone, adult or minor, man or woman.
His lawyers are saying that money is the operative factor for a lot of people who have made claims against him. How do you feel about that?
I do agree that a lot of people are just looking for a payday. It's looking like Diddy's a new PPP scheme right now. Hotlines, you got stuff popping on Instagram. If you ever been to a Diddy party, you might be able to get some compensation. That's like you reeling people in. You're damaging the real victims out here. How are you about doing that? Because anybody...
fam, I think Cassidy made a way for these people to get compensation, man. You know what I mean? Especially what Diddy did to her, man. You know what I mean? And not just that. I think people realizing that when you got a billionaire, man, and you know what I mean, when you got all this money, you got an impact. You know what I mean? You got an impact. You're an influencer. You know what I mean? Your music is powerful. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, man, most of these people was promised, like I said, careers, man. There was children's promised careers, man. Just like 20 years ago, man. You know what I mean? When that girl said that she was raped, I'm quite sure she was promised a music career, man. You know what I mean? Most of these kids was promised music careers, man. You know what I mean? There was bribe and, you know what I mean? And I believe that. You know what I mean? I believe at some point there was bribe in, man. You know what I mean? And they didn't get the things that was promised to them. So that's why, you know what I mean, Diddy is facing these rough allegations. That's the only thing I can think of, fam. That's the only thing I can think of right now.
Your grandmother could call up a hotline and say they've been to a Diddy party and never been. Anybody could say they met him and never have met him. Let's just let him have his day in court before, everybody wants to start shooting him down.
How do you square the Cassie video with your impressions of Diddy?
Watching the Cassie video is what kind of turned my emotions into something different. I'm not around that kind of stuff. I wasn't raised around, men putting their hands on women. So what?
So let's go back to that. You can't make this up, fam. I just brought up the Cassie situation, right? Y'all can't make this up, fam.
It's called this number. There's 3 billion.
See, we can't make this up. We're not gonna sit here and lie. You know what I mean? Cassie, the beating of Cassie brought more out of these people. These people was afraid, man. I think a lot of these kids was promised careers, man. They was afraid, man. They was trapped in, man. They was bribed. They was trapped in, man. There's a lot of children today trapped in Hollywood, man. I can tell you this from what I know. You know what I mean? That have been promised careers, man, and been trapped in, man. You know what I mean? You can't make this kind of stuff up, man. There's a lot of runaway kids that come to Hollywood, man, for careers, man. And they be trapped in, man. They've been promised this, promised that, right? And these kids that been molested, man. Sexually molested, man. Sexually assaulted, man. I believe, man. I believe when the woman was saying, man, when she went to Diddy's party, she got to see it for the first time, man. I believe it, man. There's going to be some people that's close to Diddy that's going to lie about this allegation, man. But I seen it with my own eyes. I seen what Hollywood is about, man. There's a lot of runaway kids. They go to Hollywood because they want to get a career in acting or a career in music, right? And they get trapped. They get bribed in. This stuff happens in Hollywood.
$1 billion available to pay you. For people who really went through that, yes, call the number. But there's also a ding, 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 and all of the scammers out there that's feeling like, okay, maybe we can eat too.
The number of people who say they were abused by Sean Combs has exploded since several news conferences where lawyers were soliciting other victims. And in one case, I think it was 12,000 people called the hotline. Does that actually complicate things for real victims? Because clearly there are a lot of people who are just jumping on that gravy train.
The more victims who come forward, the better, as far as I'm concerned. There is strength in numbers. It is true that every single person who comes forward may not have a claim, but I think the vast majority of them do. This is, in my opinion, a criminal organization.
But I'm going to say this, though. This man, he's not the only one that's guilty, man. There's a lot of these artists, right? And a lot of these artists that bribe these young children in for careers, man. I don't think one man will bribe the whole children's for a rap career. I think Jay-Z is involved. I think there's other rappers involved. You know what I mean? Jay-Z name came up because, you know, he was with Diddy. He was Diddy's right-hand man, man. And his name came up on the allegation, you know what I mean, with that 13-year-old girl, man. So we're not going to sit here and just say that this one man is guilty. Nah, there's many more. And there's many more to come.
With a lot of enablers that went on for many, many years. And I think there are a lot of victims, hundreds, perhaps thousands. Another woman is alleging she was drugged and raped by Sean Diddy Combs. The violent sexual assault was recorded and shown to others. The music mogul is facing 5 new civil lawsuits, including one from a woman who alleges she was raped by Combs when she was 19 years old.
Sean Diddy Combs is facing a new rash of civil lawsuits alleging sexual assault.
What's your reaction to all of these people, mostly women, coming forward and saying they were sexually abused or abused in other ways by Diddy?
Well, my reaction is I don't really have one because I'm waiting for my guy to get his day in court, and we'll see where the truth lies. I'm processing it as like, yo, it's a media crucifixion, man. They're crucifying the guy in the media right now. We don't know what's true and what's not true.
Following his arrest in September and arraignment for a sex trafficking and racketeering case, Combs remains behind bars at a Brooklyn detention center.
Let's just say something. Now, just for you know, for Pete's sake, all of these allegations and all of this stuff that's going on, you know, all the things that they say he did or didn't do. Let's just say, when all is said and done, and he goes through this trial, he's exonerated. We don't know. I don't know. You don't know. We don't know.
In response to these latest allegations, Combs' legal team says the barrage of filings were clear attempts to garner publicity, adding, in court, the truth will prevail. Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted anyone, adult or minor, man or woman.
His lawyers are saying that money is the operative factor for a lot of people who have made claims against him. How do you feel about that?
I do agree that a lot of people are just looking for a payday. It's looking like Diddy's a new PPP scheme right now. You know, hotlines, you got stuff popping on Instagram. If you ever been to a Diddy party, you might be able to get some compensation. That's like you reeling people in. You're damaging the real victims out here. How everybody doing that? Because anybody and their grandmother could call up a hotline and say they've been to a Diddy party and never been. Anybody can say they met him and never have met him. Let's just let him have his day in court before, you know, everybody wants to start shooting him down.
How do you square the Cassie video with your impressions of Diddy?
Watching the Cassie video is what kind of turned my emotions into something different. I'm not around that kind of stuff. I wasn't raised around, you know, men putting their hands on women. So to watch, you know, one of your mentors go through something like that. And again, it's a video. You don't know what happened before, but even no matter what happened, in my opinion, you just don't do that.
Does that video change your view of Diddy, your feelings about him?
When I first saw the video, it did change my feelings at first about Diddy. And I was disappointed. Now, fast forwarding to now, I have more of a forgiving heart. And I'm looking at it in a different way.
How so?
I think holding everybody accountable for what they've done is important. But as you look at everything else that's being piled on top of this, and now it's like a circus.
How did the Cassie video affect the way or alter the way you look at Diddy?
Well, you know, it really threw me for a loop because, as I've always stated, I always think about and talk about the things that I know to be true about Sean Combs. And, you know, after I saw the video, I went and saw him in Miami and we had a conversation. And I let him know how affected I was by that. And, you know, I didn't know that he had that in him to do that.
My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility.
So my conversation with him was basically like, yo, like, you one of my heroes out here. You hurt me with that.
And what did he say back to you?
I mean, it was pretty much, you know, a brotherhood moment that I'd rather not discuss right now, but, you know, it was a real emotional moment.
Can you give me some sense of it? Because I think it's important to know how he...
I'm going to say it like this, fam. It hurt a lot of people what Diddy did to Cassidy, man. And you know what? The sad thing is it's going to hunt him in jail. Like I said, he's getting the blues, man. Because one thing is, when you see that photo, man, and when the people in jail, the prisoners see that photo, man, he's getting the blues in prison, man. Now, rumors is saying that Diddy don't want to leave the cell, man. He's getting the blues in there, man. He's getting the blues in there, man. You know, it's sad that it had to come down to this, man. It really is. It's really sad that it had to come down to this.
Was dealing with friends like you when you suddenly see something like this that you say comes out of the blue.
He was hurt that video came out. It crushed him, you know, because he's like, yo, my daughters and my mom got to see this. And I'm like, yeah, your friends got to see it too. So it really hurt him that was the video came out.
That's interesting. It hurt him because the video came out or because of what he did on the video?
I believe both hurt him. What he did on the video, he couldn't believe that was the darkest point in his life, and he had to relive that and see that again with his ex-girlfriend in 10 years. Who wants to see themselves beating on a girl in a video. I think that would kind of like hurt all of us.
I'm gonna say like this, fam. When you get a man that's a woman beater like that, when they see clips like that in the prison, first thing come in my mind, man, they will try to kill you, man. That stuff don't fly in the joint, man. When they see that, man, and Diddy's right now getting the blues right now as we speak, man, that don't fly today, man. Now when you in prison, because he's gonna get the blues, man. He's getting the blues right now in there, man. And his money, man, the sad thing, his money that he got, the judge don't even want, man. That's the sad thing. You know what I mean? They want this conviction, man. Now, I don't wish nobody to die. I don't wish death on nobody, but it seemed like, fam, that's what's going to lead to in Diddy's life, man. You know what I mean? You know, he's going to have to ride it out, man. You know what I mean? He's going to have to fight it out. He's going to have to do whatever, PC up, go to the PC yard. But even in PC, man, they'll get you in there too. You know what I mean? So he's going to have to ride this thing out, man.
Any man. It sounds like seeing the video was the headline as opposed to what he did to her.
No, I wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? I just know that he was in a dark place in his life, as he described to me, and that, you know, he was just doing a lot of drugs, and it was just dark for him.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life.
You know, so I wouldn't just say it's just what he saw. I believe it was the act and what he did as well that hurt him. I just feel for both of them. I feel for he and I feel for Cassie.
They also seized evidence of the freak-offs. Electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims.
The feds say they have videos of some of these freak-offs. Are you in possession of any videos or something that materially shows what allegedly happened?
Yes, I have videos and pictures, but let's be clear. Video may show a particular act taking place, but it's almost impossible to determine whether the individuals involved in the act, what they have in their system. I mean, it's very hard. I mean, we've gotten so many unsolicited videos and pictures, and without the witness or the victim themselves, like, explaining that, I mean, it doesn't really help a whole lot. I mean, you're sent a video of a sexual act taking place, you're, shocked at that, but then you try to say, okay, how does this fit into these allegations, and what does this mean? So, a lot of people are making much ado about videos and pictures. To me, what those do is confirm that the victim was at this particular place and time with particular people. It still doesn't answer the fact of whether that person was coerced, forced, drugged, those allegations, and that's the hard work that we have to do. I don't think anyone's shocked that sex was going on at some of these after parties. I think we didn't just fall off the turnip truck. We know that kind of stuff happens.
And that's not illegal.
It's not illegal. That's not illegal at all. And people having sex out in the open at a party, that's not illegal either at a private residence. But the question is, what was the state of mind of that individual participating? Was that individual coerced? Was that individual drugged? And a video typically doesn't really tell you that, unless you can determine from the video that the person doesn't have all of his or her faculties.
Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way.
this didn't just happen in a vacuum. You think about how are you able to get this amount of drugs in this kind of bulk? How are you able to get this kind of cash that was used for various parts of this? How are you able to rent out entire floors of a hotel with the staff and the management allowing this to go on?
Not only was she in this suit, she alleges, raped by Diddy, but while two celebrities were at first watching Diddy commit that rape, and then one of the celebrities.
So you see that? There was two celebrities watching. So I won't be surprised whoever those two celebrities are going to come forward. In the Jay-Z and Diddy's case, you had two celebrities watching. Now, could it be more celebrities watching? You know, that's my take. This is my take, man. You know, I don't know how it's going to turn out, fam. You know what I mean? I really don't know, but you know, Tony Buzzy got some cold conspirators. He got a list, but at the end of the day, there's two celebrities watching. There's people been watching, celebrities been watching these freak offs. So now that everything's coming, you know what I mean, to a point, you know, people's houses burned down, celebrities' houses burned down, people ain't got no house to come back to. So I'm looking at this whole thing is, you know, these people might have a story to tell, man. You know what I mean? They might have a story to tell. They might want to tell their story. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you gotta look at it, man. These people ain't got nothing to lose, man. They ain't got no house to come back to. You know what I mean? So what they got to lose, man, but to tell what really happened, you know what I mean, at these parties, man.
Is actually raped her as well. You said that there were other powerful people that you were looking at who you allege were involved in some of these assaults. Are we talking about cases involving other celebrities, politicians, business people?
I think all the above. These were very popular parties. This was the venue everybody wanted to be invited to. So a lot of people participated that will raise people's eyebrows.
I'm this, fam. I think Hollywood's coming to an end, fam. I really think Hollywood coming to an end. I think people want to tell their stories. I think there's a lot of people want to get up on the stand and tell their stories, man. You know what I mean? After tragedy happened in Hollywood, after this devastation that happened with the wildfires in Hollywood, after people lost their homes, they ain't got nothing to come back to. I think now to a point, I think people want to get up on the stand and tell what really, you know what I mean, happened in Hollywood. You know what I mean? I think now the truth is going to be revealed. I really think that. I really think what comes out of the darkness is going to come to the light. I really think that.
Have you been in touch with any of them to say, we're looking at you, you did something wrong? Have you had any contact beyond the Diddy people?
I'm gonna just not speak on that. I will say that you know, the typical practice is to send a demand to lay out, here's what we believe the situation was, here's how we think you were involved, and try to start a dialogue. Failing that, we'll just file a lawsuit.
Safe to say you've sent some demand letters already?
That's true.
Beyond Diddy?
True.
Look good, bro. You look fresh. You look fresh, bro.
I'm curious what you think about that criticism that, you know, you put enough embarrassing things in a complaint or say you're going to, and it forces a settlement and it becomes almost, that's the game. What do you say about that? That's a criticism I hear on the other side.
No, it's a fair point. I mean, the system is the system. It's a gulag, if you will. It's a tough process, and we always make an attempt to resolve these cases without the filing of a lawsuit. That's just what we try to do. And if we fail in that, we're going to file a case and we're going to pursue it with aggression. Many of you came here thinking or hoping or perhaps believing that I may start naming names. The day will come, but it won't be today. But the names that we're going to name are names that will shock you. Let's make sure that we capture everybody that was involved in this, not only the people that were actively engaged in this egregious conduct, the people that were facilitating this conduct, the people that were there and turned a blind eye to this conduct, the people that benefited from this conduct, the people that profited from this conduct. Let's make sure that we find all of those and make sure that justice is served.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? My car's.
I'm gonna say it like this, fam. Hollywood can run, but they can't hide. And what Trump is doing, you can't run to Canada, you can't run to Florida, you can't run to New York, you can't run to these, you know what I mean, major populated, you know what I mean, cities. You know, so you know how I look at things, man. I think what comes out that darkness gonna come to the light. I think people gonna start revealing the truth, man. I think people is gonna tell the truth. You know what I mean? To save themselves, man. Hollywood is you know, you got to really look at it. You know what I mean? Everything is gonna be reset. And how long they're gonna rebuild Hollywood is gonna be a while. And I know what I mean, I think, you know what I mean, from the bottom of my heart, I think that these people is going to tell their story, man. I really think that people are going to get up on the stand and tell their story, man. What really went on in Hollywood, man.
Starting kind of slow. Let's see. Just needs a charge. It's free. Are you sure it's free? Positive.
I graduated from Southern New Hampshire University. I always said I would go back to school when I had time. I went on our website, I spoke to an admissions counselor. We applied right then and there.
That's when the journey really begins.
Going through the program, having the support that I had really helped me understand what I can accomplish.
And I learned this just by taking classes at night while working a full-time job.
The resources at SNHU were incredible.
I think if I was back at the beginning, I would choose SNHU all over again.
When my hair started to thin, I wasn't feeling so confident.
I stopped hanging out with the guys because I didn't want to hear the wisecracks.
I started taking Nutrafol because I had seen that it worked with my friend.
Nutrafol really takes the time to do the research, to do the clinical studies, and I really respect how it works from the inside out.
Nutrafol was able to bring my hair back to life, and it keeps getting thicker and fuller.
It felt real good to ditch that.
Hair growth starts from the inside at Nutrafol.com.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Gilmore with Paradise Chevrolet Cadillac. Looking for the best deal on a Chevy? Head over to the #1 dealership in Riverside County, Paradise Chevrolet Cadillac.
This January, save an incredible $9,000 from MSRP on the 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500. But don't wait, this New Year's offer will be...
Come visit our showroom in Temecula or online at paradiseautos.com. Together, let's drive.
It's the playoffs. He always jokes in January. Nah, bro. He's balling out.
That offense in the snow? No chance. That defense is trash. My guy will smoke them.
Have you not seen reverse hurdle a dude this year?
It's the playoffs.
You should put that on Prospect.
Just pick more or less on a few players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Download the PrizePicks app during the playoffs for $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. Run your game.
To your knowledge, did Dawn see other celebrities participating in freak-offs where they crossed the line?
So in our case, we named not only Sean Combs, but 20 other individuals and entities, because to us, this is not just about Mr. Combs, it's about all of those who were complicit. And some high-ranking people in the music industry are named in our complaint. We did not leave anyone out because we're afraid that they're a celebrity or they're a powerful person.
You see, there's some high rank. So Diddy's not. See, you gotta understand something, fam. Diddy is not the high rank. There's some high ranks, higher than Diddy, man. This thing is falling apart, man. This thing is falling apart, man. So what more do the people need to do, man? Is to be truth within themselves. Now that Hollywood's burned down, now that you got over 70 celebrities' houses burned down, and now that you got the Diddy's case, this big RICO case, this is the biggest case. Think for a second, fam, that these people gonna now tell the truth to clear themselves. Because there's some big names, man. Remember what Tony Buzzy said, man, there's some big names, man. He said there's some big names that will shock you. They are ready for a new world. Yeah. But he said there's some big names that will shock you. There's some big names bigger than Diddy, man. And see, look, man, I'm going to say it like this. Now that Hollywood is Hollywood no more, these people got to come forward. Hollywood is not Hollywood no more, y'all. The best thing that they can do is come forward.
They are named.
Down, see me fly. I call all the shots, rip all the spots, rock all the rocks.
Of the 12 individuals named in the lawsuit, only Diddy and another Bad Boy record exec are named specifically. The others are all does. They're anonymous.
I think we do have to be careful to not sweep everybody into this who may have just been present at a party, who did not know, who thought that sexual acts were consensual. That's not illegal. That's not for everyone's taste to be at a party like that.
We're not going to sit here and just make a lie, man, that all these people that was going to these parties, man, they knew the moment that you went the first time, you knew that these party was a freak off party. You had these people keep on coming. You know, ain't no party like a Diddy's party, man. This man, he is the party of Hollywood, man. But like I said, you got some big names in there. You got a lot of big names in there that was in these parties, man. You can't make this stuff up, fam. Now it's time to tell this truth, man. Now it's time.
But it's not illegal to have consensual sex, even at a party, even openly. What is illegal, and I draw a very bright line, is non-consensual sex. People being drugged, people being forced, people being exploited.
In my view, if you were there and you knew somebody was being drugged because you had seen it happen in a previous party or a previous situation, and you didn't do anything, and you allowed it to happen, and you continue to enjoy yourself and party and whoop and holler and have a good time, as far as I'm concerned, you are just as liable as the individual who shipped the person in, who paid the persons that were there, who kept them longer than they thought they were going to be there, who bought the drugs, who took the money out of the bank, who put the drugs in a little shot of either a lemon shot or some sort of champagne and participated in this egregious conduct. You're just as guilty as far as I'm concerned.
The Cassie Ventura video, for example, that was about her trying to leave the party and being dragged back in by Sean Combs. So some of the allegations in our case are about that, about not being allowed to leave, which is clearly illegal.
People just creating these narratives is bogus as fuck. Beyonce's in it, Jay-Z's in it. You're gonna get this person, they're gonna come out, you know, this happened to this person. You're taking Justin Bieber comments that he made for something totally different and attaching it to the Diddy situation.
But he knows better than be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Usher, all of these people who are trying to move on with their lives, do their thing, so you're just a part of some kind of fictitious story.
Well, see, this guy right here, man, Ray J, man, he's sick, man. He's a sick individual in me, man. He's sick. Because how is it going to be so easy for these people to move on with their life, man? How is it going to be so easy for these people to move on with their life, man? You know what I mean? These people have a story to tell, man. You know what I mean? Especially, I know Justin Bieber does. Usher does. You know what I mean? Don't let Jimmy Fox get on the stand and said, yeah, Diddy drugged me. You know what I mean? You got guys like Cat Williams. There's a lot of people, man. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people going to tell their stories, man. Hollywood is burned down and Hollywood is no more, man. What do you think that these people are going to do, man? Start telling the truth. That's the best thing. If they only know what's best for them, start telling the truth.
I'm hearing about artists paying victims to keep their name out of it.
Do you know people who have had demands put upon them where they have paid off to keep this quiet?
Here's what I do know. People do catch and kills all day. And a catch and kill, I don't know if of course you know, but for the regular world, somebody has the truth, somebody pays you to keep it quiet, and hopefully that money that you got paid secures your happiness while you watch.
Look, money can only go so far, fam. I don't care how much money you get, someone offer you, money can only go so far, fam. To keep your mouth shut, you know how sick this stuff is, bro. I don't give a fuck how much money someone throw at you, man. But if it was a kid involved, with a kid that was sexually abused, raped, touched, anything, man, I don't care, man. It's time. It's time to tell the truth now. You seen what's happened in Hollywood. The best thing that they can do is tell the truth, man. You know how sick it is for this man to get up on there and say that, yeah, we offer you money to keep everything quiet. That's what they want you to do. Keep everything quiet. Nah, it's time to tell the truth. This is why Jesus said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free, man. It's the truth is going to set these people free, man. Young children especially. Remember what the girl said when she came out? She went to the Diddy's party, and she says that there was young children there. And she didn't even want to get in detail, man, because she was so hurt to see how the young children were so bribed in these parties, man. You know, you can imagine how much money these people was paid just to keep their mouth shut, man. Nah. It's time to tell the truth, because the truth will set you free.
The lie continue to succeed.
I want you to make sure I understand you. What you're saying is what? That you know people who have been approached by women, men, whatever, who have said, give me money and I won't talk?
Here's the other way around that, Harvey. I'll give you money, please don't talk. Is that the same thing?
You mean there are people who would go to others who might sue them and say, I want to cut you off at the pass, give you some money, let's just squash this?
That's what a settlement's called, right? But it really was, don't say what you know. Here's some money to be quiet. And I'm saying that.
You are a well-connected guy. Do you know that what you've just described, is that going on now?
Yes.
Connected to that. How could this have gone under the radar for so many years if it was so out in the open?
This is the question that everybody asks me. How could this have gone on for so long? Because so many accusers have come forward now. The U.S. government is now prosecuting Sean Combs in a very serious case that will probably keep him in prison for the rest of his life. And the answer is that it is terrifying to come forward against somebody like Sean Combs, somebody who is accused of threatening violence against anybody who crossed him, somebody who was accused of engaging in acts of violence himself. When you add to that he was one of the most powerful people in the music industry, and people want to work, it made it virtually impossible to accuse him. I think people felt, who am I to come forward against somebody with the level of power, the resources, all of the people who were complicit, the enablers that Sean Combs had. That's unfortunately why it took so long. Happy birthday to you.
I'm like, okay, P. Diddy's weird. He's one of them weird producers. I get it. You're not like bad boy for life. You're not like from the street. You're not nothing like, I don't know what you are, but you're like a creep. I'm just grateful to have made it out. And, I'm pretty sure a lot of women who...
Now, a lot of respect go for this woman right here. Tina. She the one that went to the party for the first time and to see how the children were so bribed, how she seen children at this party, and children were not supposed to be at this party in a late night hour. I'm glad that she was able to tell her story, man. I won't be surprised that she would take the stand, man. I won't be surprised, y'all.
Have went through this, they're probably afraid to say everything would happen because it'll make them look some type of way. Honestly.
It takes a lot of courage to step forward, especially with somebody like Sean Combs, with this white hot media attention on this. This is not going to be a cakewalk. This is going to be a very arduous situation, and you need to be prepared for that. And people are going to accuse you. Why did you wait this long? Why did you wait to come forward? And part of the purpose of that press conference was to let potential victims out there know, is like, you're not alone. There are a lot of other people like you who have gotten the courage to step forward. And so if you've been victimized, step forward too.
Diddy, can I pray with you? Can I pray with you, please? What are your feelings now about Diddy?
My feelings now about Diddy is that I want to be a voice of reason. It hurts me to know that my friend is going through this. I can only imagine what he's going through in jail. This is nothing nobody should ever experience. When somebody gets locked up and it's something really bad, and just looking at the past experiences from some of my other friends, it's almost like losing somebody, because most of the time you never ever see them again. And even though looking at it from the outside, I'm sure that it's an extreme emotional roller coaster ride for him more than anybody.
I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys tuning in, man. It's been a pleasure having you guys here, man. To next time I see you guys, make sure you guys, tune in on my next live. I'm gonna be going live in another couple hours, man. But I thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. But till then, I see you. Peace. Shalom. Thank you guys so much.